going on, croutons? Spring is almost here, so that means summer is just around the corner. I've compiled some tips and tricks diet-wise on how I get summer ready, so I thought I would share them. So this is mainly just focusing on diet because the most important aspect of any weight loss journey is what happens in the kitchen. And then of course the other aspect is physical activity, whether you work out at home or at the gym. As we all have opinions, you may agree, you may disagree, you may have a niche that works better for you. This is what works for me, and I just thought that I would share it. So these are my top 10 tips on how I get summer ready. So number 1 is drink water. And I know what you're thinking. This one's a given. People say it all the time, but it truly is a major health benefit. H2O helps transport nutrients to the body, it drives out toxins, and it aids in weight loss because it helps break down fat cells, and the list goes on and on. If you don't like water plain like me, I add lemon and mint, and it gives it some flavor because water obviously is bland and boring. So I just spice it up with lemon and mint, and it's so good. Number 2, quality sleep. Not getting enough quality sleep hampers the ability of your metabolism to function properly, and it can actually undo the benefits of dieting. Sleep deprivation is sort of like being drunk. We don't have mental clarity to make good decisions, specifically with the foods we're trying to avoid. So girl, if you want to reach those goals, you better get those Z's in. Number 3, choose non-processed foods. Processed foods are basically ingredients that are thrown into foods to extend the shelf life of products. When you go to the grocery store, think the rainbow. So if it can go bad within 5 to 7 days, that's probably the best choice for you. When cutting processed foods / sugars out of your diet, it's best to not cut these cold turkey, because if your body is used to eating these processed foods and then you just cut them all straight out of your diet, your body will go into shock. And when your body goes into shock, you eventually will sometimes relapse, and then you will start binge eating these foods once again. So it's best to day by day just wean yourself off of these products, and then you'll stop craving them, and then eventually you'll stop altogether. When you start cutting out the junk, I don't want to say that you won't have cravings, but you definitely will not have as many. And simple things such as fruit will actually taste more sweet when you cut out the junk. So when you start moving towards things that are more natural, they start to taste better. So it really honestly is true what they say. You are what you eat. Number 4, supplements. By supplements, I don't mean Facebook ad diet pills or, oh my god, Insta famous fit tummy tea. No. I'm talking about digestive enzymes, citrulline, fish oils, multivitamins, green tea extract. This is just a subject on its own. These all aid in weight loss. Number 5, control your carb intake. So I've seen so much controversy about carbs. Avoid carbs, carbs are bad, carbicide this, carbicide that. So the truth is, carbs are our number 1 fuel / energy source. Then it's protein, then it's fat. So if we cut out carbs, what is our body breaking down next? It's gonna be our next fuel source, which is protein. And then when this happens, we feel lethargic. And you know what happens when we feel lethargic. Revert to number 2. It's important to note that carbohydrates are not the enemy. You only self-sabotage when you eat simple carbohydrates, such as baked goods, for example. It's important to eat what's called complex carbohydrates, which is fruits, vegetables, and even whole grains. Number 6, cut out sugary drinks. So this basically means drinks such as soda pops, I'm American now, and fruit juices. But you're thinking, wait, it's a drink. How can it make me gain weight? Even though it's just a liquid, it can still add to your waistline. If it contains what I call the OSes, sucrose, fructose, glucose, mucose. Okay, I made the last 2 up, but these are all sugars. And when consumed, these sugars will eventually be turned into fat. Water isn't looking so bad now, is it? So drink that water, girl. Number 7, go to the grocery store on a full stomach. That way you are less prone to buying the entire store and filling up your cart with junk that you just wanted in the moment because you're hungry, rather than going and buying the healthy essentials that you went to the store for in the first place. I totally know the feels. I've been there where you just go to the store for avocados and you come home with 10 box pizzas and 3 rhubarb pies. Number 8, focus on nourishing your body and not depriving it. This is pretty self-explanatory. Number 9, eat healthy fats. You're like, fat? But I want to lose fat. I don't want to eat it. I know it seems counterintuitive. Believe it or not, there's something called healthy fat, which is more specifically called unsaturated fat. And these unsaturated fats can be found in coconut oil, olive oil, avocados, nuts, even Greek yogurt, etc. And lastly, number 10, read nutrition labels. A lot of the times at the grocery store, you'll see packaging with exciting bold labels on the front of it. A lot of it is just marketing hype to make a product look more healthy than it actually is. So on the front, you'll see fat-free. They'll take the fat out of the product, but they don't tell you that they'll put another ingredient that is just as unhealthy within the product. It doesn't make it healthier whatsoever. They're wanting to be able to say on the product that it's fat-free and say, oh look, hey, this is healthier, when it's actually not. It's just marketing hype. So if I see a product at the grocery store that I feel like I want to give a try, I will actually flip it over, look at the ingredients list, and if it has 5 ingredients or less, that's usually pretty good. But it also depends on what the ingredients list contains. If the ingredients are ending in oses, those are sugars and you want to avoid that. So the sucrose, fructose, glucose, and even corn syrups, all these long words that you don't know what they are, they're usually not that good for you, so I would avoid them. As for the nutrition facts, you're going to want to read the serving size so you know how much of this food you're going to need to intake to get the right amount of nutrients for your body.
What can I get you guys?
What can I get here that has no sugar, no carbs, and is fat-free?
Water.
Just a side note from the dieting aspect, I believe it's so important to keep your eye on the prize and to keep yourself motivated. So some things that I do is to change my home phone screen to somebody who inspires me, or I even will set alarms a few hours apart with specific titles to keep myself motivated and to remind me of the goals that I'm trying to attain. Something else that is very important is to surround yourself with like-minded people as well. So these are people who uplift you, encourage you, and motivate you, rather than having friends that are going to sabotage you and invite you to dinner when you just told them that you're trying to eat healthy. So those are my top 10 tips so you can look snatched for summer 2018. And I'll see you in my next video. So that leads me to number 4. Ew, my nasty ass, dirty ass, orange ass, spray tan ass hand.